morning, Meridian, and welcome to Business Buzz. I'm here today with our friends from Proesis Bio, one of our newest plasma donation centers here in Meridian. And joining me this morning is Chris Jonas, Brooke Solberg, and Megan Briggs. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today on Business Buzz.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Chris, tell us a little bit about your role with the company.
Sure. So I am the CEO of Proesis Bio, and we started the company about 2 years ago. And this is our latest donation facility. So.
Yeah, and I know talking with you over the last week, you live here in Meridian, and Proesis is a pretty big company.
Yeah, I do. I live about 1.5 miles from our center actually here, so it's right in my backyard.
Yeah, excellent. Brooke, your role here with the company.
I'm the center director.
Okay. Have you been in this industry a long time?
Actually, no. Most of my background is in various human services agencies, but I was a plasma donor for 10 years before becoming a center director. So.
Okay. And Megan, your role here with Proesis Bio.
Yeah, so I'm our employee experience manager, which is just our fun title for assistant manager. But I like it better.
Well, you got to have good experiences. So, yeah. Well, many people already donate blood and do that on a regular basis to meet the need in the area. But what is the difference in donating plasma and how is it used?
Sure. So, interesting fact is that probably more people donate plasma than they donate blood. So okay. On an annual basis, there's probably 54 million donations a year of plasma, whereas blood, it's about 7 to 8 million. And plasma, the difference between plasma and blood is blood is typically used for vein-to-vein transfusion. So think of accidents, trauma, platelets that are used primarily in cancer patients who are undergoing chemotherapy. Whereas plasma is not vein-to-vein, it is collected, it is stored, and then it goes into a manufacturing process for various drugs that are used to treat patients with conditions like primary immune deficiency, alpha-1 antitrypsin, and then there's other components as well that are used for various conditions. Mostly it's used for rare and chronic conditions around the world. Hemophilia is another one that people might be familiar with. So it has a variety of uses, and they're continuing to find more and more uses.
Well, so I learned something that more people donate plasma. You just don't see the blood mobiles and things like that
Very
out
true,
there.
yeah.
So,
very true.
Tell us a little bit about the donating experience here at Proesis Bio.
Yeah, so I'll let Brooke tell a little bit about that.
Well, part of the reason why Proesis came into being was just a feeling of those at the corporate level that the donors were not having the caliber of experience that they hoped that they would have. So sometimes plasma donation has a negative connotation. And so one of the primary focuses of Proesis is to just raise and elevate that experience for the donors. As Chris mentioned, the need for plasma is enormous, and we want the donors to feel that what they're doing for us is appreciated. And one of the ways that we do that is by providing for them an upscaled environment to donate in. So we try to be very respectful of our donors' time. We do have appointments so that people aren't waiting in long queues to come in and donate. We try to be very fair with our compensation. People are paid for their time because, again, we want them to know how valuable they are to this whole process. And we try to treat them really well when they're here. So you don't often hear about customer service in plasma donation, but that's a top priority for us.
Yeah, and if I could just add on to that, many of us who started the company, we worked for the really big companies. And the experience was really transactional for the donor, and we wanted it to be less transactional. So we started out with a core value of fierce donor advocacy, and Brooke talked about how talking about customer service and waiting in these long lines. Well, we wanted to make sure that we created a more frictionless experience for the donor that was not as transactional. That it's something, yes, you might be coming here for the money, but when you're here, you get an education on what it is plasma is used for. You get to meet patients, and you get an experience that you want to come back to and keep coming back to. So.
Yeah. So what does a typical donor look like, and why do they donate?
Sure. So how I got into the business, I was a plasma donor. Brooke was a plasma donor. And so it's representative of the community. So, of where you're at. Every walk of life donates, from physicians to, college students to somebody just needing extra money, and maybe they don't want to go with a payday lender or something like that. So, this is a great way for that to happen. And so think of the gig economy, the Uber drivers, the DoorDash. It is a great way to supplement income, while also doing something really good for patients out there who rely on the medications made from plasma.
Yeah. So last week during some of the events that you did, you had a patient advocate here talking a little bit about that. Maybe tell us briefly, just maybe the uses and how much some of these people really do need the plasma components.
Yeah, so it's pretty big. So as an example, the patient that we had here last week was a patient that had a condition called alpha-1 antitrypsin, and that, to treat her for 1 year, takes 130 donations. So if you think about now, you multiply that by the number of patients worldwide, I mean, that's a lot of plasma, and that's one of the smaller ones. There are some other ones, like as a hemophilia patient, as an example, it can take up to 1,200 donations to treat one patient for 1 year. So plasma donation needs to be in continuous supply, and that's why you see these bigger facilities that are kind of popping up all over the place, because the demand is so high, and it takes a lot to treat these patients.
Yeah. Megan, you're the person that handles employee experience. What's the staff like here?
I can't preach enough how fantastic our team is. We're really, really lucky to have, people around us that really care about the people that they're working with. They really take our core values to heart, and they preach them, but that's why they were hired in the first place. We can't teach great character. That's just something that you're born with and you're walking with. But they're all really great.
Well, good. So Proesis Bio Meridian locations has had a very busy week.
Yes.
Here recently. Your grand opening event, your ribbon cutting, you hosted our May after hours event. So there's been a huge turnout of people learning about Proesis Bio just over in the last week. But tell us a little bit more about your center here in Meridian, why you located here, your facilities, and how someone can get in touch with you.
Sure. So I'll tell you about why we're located here. So again, I live really close by here, and we knew what the area was like. We knew, the amount of people that could access this area. And so, it just made a lot of sense for us to locate here. In terms of the facilities and the donor experience, Brooke and Megan have both had a huge hand in this, and I can't thank them enough. And the facility has turned out great. So maybe I'll let you guys tell a little bit more about the facility.
How does someone get in touch with the facility?
Speak to that.
Yeah, so you can follow us on social media at Proesis Bio. You can go to our website, proesisbio.com, as well. You can also give us a call. The best way is to just give us a call, make an appointment that way, or even download our Proesis app.
Well, hey, thank you all for providing this great service in our community and meeting the need of plasma donation. So thank you very much.
Thank you
Thanks
so
to the
much.
chamber. Yeah.
Have a great weekend, Meridian.